The Full Melt Show is intended for a mature audience. It contains adult themes, adult content, and sometimes adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
It's the Full Melt Show.
Are you high? What are you talking about?
It's the Full Melt Show, a marijuana discussion about news, culture, and entertainment. TheFullMelt.com. It's your backyard. It's celebrity interviews, talks with politicos. Plus, your calls are on the air. Download the Full Melt app, free at the Apple and Android app stores. With your host, Steve Green, the Full Melt Show.
Hey, welcome to another Full Melt Show this is a Thursday. It's the 11th of January. Is that right? Are we at the 11th of January already? Or is that's not
no.
Right? It's not the 11th, is it?
No.
I'll see how you maybe screw that all up. Okay, wait. Hang on, we'll start that again. It's the 12th of January. It's Thursday, the 12th of January. There we go. Did I do that right now?
Yay!
Okay. Well, despite the fact that, who cares what the hell day it is? Well, I know what the hell day it is because Friday is the 13th.
Exactly.
I still don't know what to think about all that. I'm not superstitious. I'm
It's
not.
spooky.
Hang on. There's a little there. That's a little better. I don't know. There's a little. Hang on. I don't know where that's. I got to turn something down. Is that a little better now? There's something.
It sounds fine to me.
Get a little my own voice back in your channel there. All right.
Oh boy.
Hey, as long
Get
as
out of my channel.
yeah, I'm not staying in your channel. That's better. Whatever it is, it's better now. So, we are getting ready to do. If you haven't heard, we've been crowing about it all week. We're getting ready to do the match game show. It's the marijuana match game. So you know what somebody posted online about the match game? They're like, what are we matching? And I'm like, well, see, we're going to bring a giant doobie, and then you got to match us. That's the marijuana match game. You've never played the match game before?
And then we all smoke it.
No, in all seriousness. So it's the same thing as the game show, the TV game show match game, but, it's kind of marijuana themed. It's just something for a little fun. A little hilarity on a Friday night. And so we're going to do this on location. We'll be out at go ahead and give them the rundown. Tell them what's going on, Wendy. You never get a chance to talk. Here's your big chance.
Oh, boy. It's going to be at the Vehicle City Social Club, which is in Flint, near Richfield and Genesee Road at 3166 Comer.
Yes.
It's in Flint.
Yes.
And the show starts promptly at 7, but the doors are open from 9 to 9.
Yes.
And you can come do happy hour there and socialize, familiarize, get your seat staked out, and get ready for the show.
Yes. All those are yeses. So good job. So we are going to be out there having fun. Just like Wendy said, look, the play. This is not a special event other than the fact that we're out there playing this game. And the only reason you might want to play the game is because we got cash and prizes at stake, right? Isn't that the deal? Cash and prizes?
Woohoo! Yep.
Do I have a party horn? I don't know.
That's just me.
So, you ever get online and you're trying to do one thing and something else happens? Like when you're on you're on Facebook and you're trying to either you're trying to post something and then you get caught up in somebody's thread, or somebody sends you a message and then you start talking to them, or somebody responds to one of the things that you just replied to or something, and then gets in a big long tussle with you on the Facebook.
Yeah.
Did that ever happen?
All the time.
You never done that?
All the time.
It sounds like you never done that.
All the time.
Does this sound familiar? Yeah.
No, that happens to me quite a bit. That happens, and then I know that I'm on Facebook too long if that starts happening.
That's when you got to put the Facebook away. It's like, all right,
yeah.
Tuck it away, shove it in there. It might cool down and be better to the tongue a little bit later, not so hot later.
Yeah.
Well, it had nothing to do with nothing, by the way. It's just I was hoping to pry it out of you because I got in a fight with one of your Facebook friends. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I was on there and I said something and she's like, "Oh, wait a minute, what about this?" And I'm like, "Oh, really?" She said,
"Well, let's back it up." I said I will have to kill myself if I have to be politically correct on Facebook because Facebook for me is just a social outlet. I don't want to have to think about every little thing I say if I'm going to offend someone. You know what I'm saying? And then you guys got into a fight about political correctness.
You know why? Because, I've always been an equal opportunity offender. I mean, as a radio guy, I guess I'm just one of those free speech guys. And I just believe that, if you want to fling it out of your mouth, pretty much the world is beholden to whatever you got to say. At least in this country, got freedom of speech. The only thing you can't really yell in this country is fire at a crowded theater. That's pretty much it. Words to that effect. And if you don't want to do something that's going to hurt somebody by saying something, and that's that example. You put the public at risk when you're being false about, you're alerting people, alarming them. Chicken Little, the sky is falling. No, don't do that. You're going to hurt people. Stop that. But other than that, I think pretty much if you want to say it, you can say it. Like, screw you, Wendy.
No, that's not what I meant by it, and I like that. What I meant is that I'm not trying to be racist or be mean to people, but if I have to post something and wonder, well, what's everyone going to think when I post that? That's going to make me insane. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I agree with you.
People should know me, and if they don't like what
agree.
I'm saying, they just can walk away and not look at it, just like they can in real life. That's what I think.
I get it. The thing is that I just think it's funny because that happens to me a lot. It seems, you get to yakking with somebody, and
why is that, Steve? Let's talk about that.
Or you don't even post anything. All you do is make a simple reply to somebody else's post. Somebody made a comment you thought was funny, so you wanted to jab something back. I don't know, you tongue in cheek, whatever. And then
people don't always know your sense of humor, so they take it the wrong way.
Well, that's always easy to do. Especially since I don't have anything like mired in layers where you got to peel them back to figure out what's under there. It's just kind of hanging there on its sleeve. You can just kind of see it. It's just there.
Like a zit.
It's like a zit. There's no makeup on that zit. It's just a frickin' zit. Get over it.
Full-on volcano.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, now that we've gone nowhere with nothing.
Well, you asked.
Well, I just thought it was funny, and I had the cat sound effects, so I had to use them somehow.
Oh, grab him by the pussy.
Wait a minute, you got to say that when I'm playing the sounds.
All right, you say it first, and I'll do it.
Just go ahead and say it.
Grab him by the pussy. Considered your pussy grabbed.
Oh, that's hilarious. I'm going to use that as a drop now.
I think you should.
All right, we've had enough zaniness for the moment. I was reading a bunch of stuff. I got to read this long list. It's just for my own sanity, but I thought it was rather hilarious. Like, remember, I think yesterday's show was, or one of the previous day's shows was Jeff Sessions making waves. Well, I just want to show you how many waves he made and the variations of all those waves. It's kind of funny. We'll talk about that next.
You're getting the full melt.
Your pets aren't just animals, they're members of your family. That's why we are excitedly wagging our tail about our hemp-based product that caters specifically to your best friend. Hemp oil drops are great for aging as well as active dogs and cats, and really all kinds of pets. Hemp well drops are made from virgin, cold-pressed organic hemp oil. Our extraction process ensures the highest quality oil for your pet, with superior taste, smell, and nutrition. We hold ourselves to the highest standards, never using heat, chemicals, or preservatives in making our hemp oil products for pets. Pick up a bottle of Hempwell drops today at select retailers or online at hempwell.com. Hempwell. Hemp health for pets.
If you missed the last Full Melt show,
you missed a lot.
King Tut.
There's King Tut. You know why I wanted to bring up King Tut? But they actually dug up in Russia some ancient bongs. They're like 2,400 years old.
Yes, that's fucking awesome.
They're golden.
Oh, my God. 2
ancient golden bongs found in the Arctic tundra of Russia.
They were getting high, man. Yeah.
And I guess they traced it back to the early tribes that populated, the Russian tundra. Those tribes used to war against each other, and they would get high on the opium and the cannabis before going to war. Go figure. I'm just saying, there's somebody was selling golden bongs.
I don't.
And get your golden bongs here, golden bongs. It had to be really hard back in those days to come up with gold. Except for maybe Colombian gold.
Oh, my God.
Hey, the trade winds are blowing smoke in your face.
Imagine a world where patients can use marijuana like any other medicine. The Marijuana Patients Organization challenges the status quo by helping our neighbors to enjoy a better quality of life. Visit the MPO at marijuanapatients.org and enjoy informative articles, engaging debates, and information about treatments, doctors, and dispensaries in your area. Over 50,000 people have registered at marijuanapatients.org since 2010. Join us at the Marijuana Patients Organization today, marijuanapatients.org.
When you need legal help, you don't want to guess at who's standing next to you in court. And when it comes to a medical marijuana defense, it's even smarter to partner with a lawyer before you need one. Based in Royal Oak, David Rudoy has a proven history of not being afraid to take your case all the way to the Supreme Court and win. Find the law offices of Rudoy Law
at RudoyLaw.com.
RudoyLaw.com is a quick reference on your rights concerning Michigan medical marijuana
and up-to-date news.
That's RUDOI Law.com. Call 248-935-9074 now and talk about your legal needs, because at RudoyLaw.com, we don't just stand up for you, we stand up with you.
Wish your skin could bounce back like it used to? Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel instantly quenches skin to keep it supple and hydrated day after day. With hydrating hyaluronic acid, which retains up to 1,000 times its weight in water. This refreshing water gel plumps skin cells with intense hydration and locks it in. For supple, hydrated skin that bounces back. Hydro Boost from Neutrogena. See what's possible.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show. All right, we're back here today having fun with marijuana. Isn't that what people do all the time? I mean, is that a bad title, Wendy? Fun with marijuana?
It's true.
It just seems like such a lame title. It seems like I should have called it something better than, fun.
Well, what is our subject really about tonight? What do you want it to be about?
No, it is. It's fun with marijuana. That's the subject.
Fun with Dick and Jane. Fun with marijuana. It's pretty simple.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
So why didn't you just why didn't you just agree with me and say, yeah, it's a stupid name?
Because I thought you were asking, because you said, is it good? And I was like, well, do you want something different? I was going to help you edit. Yeah, it's great, Steve. It's awesome.
No, it sucks sex ass.
Some smoke. I think it's going up your ass.
No, it's not. No. What I mean by that is, I guess from the standpoint of this show, this show's always kind of been political. We've always talked about the politics of cannabis. It's for the most part. I mean, here and there we have some fun with music and other stuff. In the history of the show, which is 7 years long now, just keeps getting longer.
7-year itch.
7-year itch. It is a 7-year itch. Maybe that's what I should have called the show. Or this episode. But what I mean by that is that rather than be so political now, I kind of just want to have fun with the subject, because it seems like, all the things that we could do, except for just kind of giving people information with the entertainment, I suppose, because, they come hand in hand anyways. If you put them together, they'll go together nicely. But it just seems like I want to lean away from politics and just because those are, for the most part, that's kind of already done. Like, to me, that's the part of the pendulum that's already swung. Are we?
That ship has sailed. You know what I'm saying? Now things are just going to get better, Steve. It has to. I really feel it in my bones, because there's too much of a tipping point now. It's not going to go backwards. Maybe I should have labeled the show that. How about this for a title? Has marijuana reform jumped the shark? But see, I don't know what jump the shark means. No one's ever explained it to me. You don't. See, now I really feel stupid. Okay, so I feel stupid because no one's ever explained it to me. All right, so jump the shark is the term jump the shark. If you just Google it, why didn't you ever just Google it? If you never knew it, I didn't care. I figured it was like jump the gun. I thought it was close enough. No. Okay, so jump the shark is an expression. So do you remember the show Happy Days? Yes. Do you remember? Yeah. Do you remember? They go surfing out in California and stuff. Well, do you remember the episode where? This was towards the end of the run of Happy Days. So Happy Days, I think, started in 74. 73, 70, I think it was 74. And it was a spinoff of what movie? It wasn't really a spinoff. It was just like American Graffiti. Basically, American Graffiti
No,
was
it
the
wasn't-
basis
it wasn't
with
a-
the
it wasn't-
actors and that into Happy Days.
It wasn't a spin-off, and the actors weren't the same actors.
Yes, they were. It was like from the same creators and the same that person who started American Graffiti. Ron Howard was in that.
Right.
All those same people, and then Happy Days became the way of bringing that to the the masses at nighttime and the 8
All
p.m.
right,
slot on ABC, I believe.
I'll concur close enough. So,
Thank you.
At the end of the day,
Oh no, that's 2 demerits. That's it. Tomorrow,
two
you owe me
demerits.
2 joints.
Oh
Two
no,
joints.
2. Hard enough coming up with 1. So, what happened there? We lost a phone here. Oh, it's the most expensive of phones. So he just thunks it down like it's a rock. Just throws it on the desk. Listen, yeah, I mean, the whole Happy Days thing, towards the end of their run, when it was getting stale, they were trying to keep it on the air because they'd already spun off Joni and Chachi, and they had already spun off a whole bunch of crap. I mean, there were a bunch of spin-offs from Happy Days, weren't there?
Yes.
There was Laverne and Shirley, yes.
Mork and Mindy.
Mork and Mindy, yep. And then
It was a spinoff from that. Then Chachi loves whoever the bitch that
Joni
was.
loves Chachi, right? And then I think that was it. But so those shows are taking off now. So the Happy Days show, they're just trying to survive yet. They're just they're the spawner of all of this, but they're just trying to survive. So they throw on this episode where Fonzie, they're going to have him jump a pool with a shark in it. And so this was the big, that was like the big ratings getter. They were supposed to, that was going to bring back Happy Days. Fonzie's going to jump this shark and everybody's going to watch. Because if you remember, this is the days of Evel Knievel, They're like, oh, yeah, we're going to, Evel Knievel jump the Grand Canyon with in a rocket.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the mentality of the day. And so they put Fonzie on a motorcycle to have him jump this shark. And the whole episode was a terrible flop. It was a 2-part episode. Like, he's up over the middle of the pool, and then they go to be continued. And then you got to wait till next week. This is in the days before. So it drove everybody nuts. So
how does it translate to a today?
Okay, let me.
I still don't get it.
Okay, so when that episode happened, basically Happy Days was never the same again. It flopped. Like it took a nosedive.
Oh.
And so that's what the expression "jump the shark" came from. Everybody goes, "Oh, well, that's jumped the shark now, hasn't it?"
Oh. So now say what you just said to me, the question. I mean, you said it like 5 minutes ago. Put it in context.
Okay, so the question I asked was, has marijuana reform as a subject, as an interesting topic, has it jumped the shark?
No.
All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think it kind of has from the subject of a political state or activism statement. Because
it's still evolving in these states, and all the questions we had 8 years ago, now the people in Florida have, now the people here have. It's like, you can't put the genie back in the bottle in of itself. But the thing is, it's still coming to forefront in people's minds. It's like a mass evolution now.
Here's my point.
So it's still at the forefront.
Well, here's my point, though. From the standpoint of its evolution, up until about now, this is what I mean by the pendulum swing. Up until about now, nothing was going to get done with marijuana reform unless a lot of people got behind the point and drove it home. And so independently, state by state, we all slowly picked up that ball, starting with California in 96. And started driving that message home, which
was forever ago already.
It is. It's 20 years on, and so it took that long. It took a full 20 years for the pendulum to swing so far forward that no longer do I believe I've got to be a necessary part of that activism mix, except for here perhaps in my own turf, to make sure that gets done. Before I was chipping in my 2 cents because I had truth and I had to spread it. Because it's the only way you could get enough momentum to tip the pendulum forward. But
I think it's a done deal now. We have to start celebrating all the good things.
And that's what I'm saying. Okay, you just encapsulated it right there in a better way of saying it. Now it's time to celebrate what's going on and what's coming, absent the people that want to say people like Jeff Sessions is going to put a cap on this. He's going to stop it all. And I say that's not going on. But I guess from the standpoint of the news, today, if you look at the story okay, so marijuana, da-da-da. I'm looking for the Jeff Sessions thing. So here we go. So I go full coverage on the Jeff Sessions statement. So I'm just going to look up all the stories, the news stories, and the various and sundry titles. And this is, to me, this is funny. It's back and forth, but it's not hilarity, but it's still funny. So from story to story, this is how this goes. These are just the headlines. Pot industry exhales a little after Trump Attorney General pick testifies. So first off, I want you to know in each of these, as I list them on, the number of them that try to go for a pot pun. Because some of them just terribly fail at it.
For a what? A what? A pot what?
A pot pun. In the title, in the headline. Yeah, so so here's where it is. Pot industry exhales a little, in parentheses, after Trump Attorney General pick testifies. That's what Bloomberg says. So let me just go on, because there's an endless list of these. There's actually 3 pages of these stories about Jeff Sessions and pot yesterday. I got 3 full Google pages, and these are like, I don't know, I think it's like 50 things per page. Will Attorney General nominee Jeff Sessions take down the regulated cannabis industry? Sessions leaves the door open for a federal crackdown on marijuana. 6 reasons why marijuana wins no matter who becomes Attorney General. Senator Sessions hazy on marijuana enforcement. Cloudy Sessions. Relax, hippies. Jeff Sessions as Attorney General isn't the end of the world. Under Trump, legalized marijuana likely to remain in legal limbo. Attorney General nominee comments on conflict between state and federal marijuana laws. Jeff Sessions, states with legal weed not exempt from federal laws. Jeff Sessions says if Americans don't want him to enforce marijuana laws, they should change them. You see how this just goes on and on and on. Jeff Sessions hearings, pro-marijuana activists see bright side during AG vetting. Sessions leaves door open for marijuana crackdown. Congress should close it. Marijuana roundup. Jeff Sessions remains a wild card. 68% of cops support legalization. Seriously, what a day. 9 things that happened in 24 hours. One of them is this Jeff Sessions story. Jeff Sessions offers no straight answers on how he'll handle legal marijuana. Do you see the big question mark popping up in most of all of this? I mean, there's some that lean positive, some that lean negative, some that just kind of state matter-of-factly. But like I said, there's 50 on this page of this story with varying headlines, and there are 3 pages of this.
That's all positive, though, because, like they say, any PR is good PR. So that means that marijuana is at the forefront and it's not going away.
Well, and that's what I mean by the pendulum is swung. If there's 3 pages of stories about Jeff Sessions talking about how he needs to enforce federal laws when and if he can, and he probably doesn't have the money to do it, is what it came up. If you listen to the entire sessions, so to speak. You see what I did there?
Oh, my goodness. No.
The sessions. Say that 5 times real fast.
Back 5 times real fast.
No, not that. That was a smart-ass comment. So if you listen closely, you'll see the things that he's talking about with regards to his position. He also couches in terms of, yeah, we probably don't have the resources or the money to do anything without the help of the states, and the states are obviously taking a different position here. So,
and they're going to be dependent on that money, and they're not going to want to give that back, and they're going to tell the federal government to F off.
Well, and then
what's going to happen?
And then he just cuts right to the chase and says, look, it's my position that, I don't have the choice about what laws I get to enforce. The laws are here, and I'm here to enforce them. That's what I'm here to do for the people. And I think on its face, that statement is correct. And then he said, matter-of-factly, and so I guess I have to hold him to high esteem for this, for being this
forthright. Isn't that what the cops
for being this forthright about it? I'm not finished with my sentence yet. That he says that he says that if you don't like the laws, if we don't like the laws anymore, we need to just change them.
Isn't that what the cops say, too, though? They're just doing their job. We should change the laws. But then we change the laws, and they don't pay attention to them, and they make their own laws.
No.
That's a lame excuse to me to say I'm just doing my job and change the laws.
Well, no, I'm saying what he's saying is if you don't want the federal government enforcing marijuana laws, then you should get the Congress to change the rules, because right now it's my job to enforce Congress's rule, which is it's illegal everywhere. Doesn't matter what state you're in.
So big deal. That's an obvious thing. Well, why is that like a big statement? Everyone knows that. That's one thing we should do. But to put it on someone else's shoulders, like, oh, it's just my job to enforce what's out there. Hey, it's just my job to throw those Jews in the oven.
You're trying to make an argument.
I'm not going to go for that argument.
You're trying to make the argument. You're trying to argue. You're trying to make the argument. You're trying to counter argue as if I'm making the point that Jeff Sessions is a good guy. Never said it. Not you're
but I'm just saying, how is he even making sense with it? I'm trying to agree with him on some level and understand what he's saying, but I can't, because what he's saying is complete bullshit. It makes no sense.
It wasn't bullshit. I just clearly told you how it made sense. He says it's my job to enforce.
Tell me one more time, okay? Stoner Susie walked into the room and was so stoned.
No.
No, stoned was she. Say it again, because I don't get it.
I'm saying, okay,
I'm sorry, I don't get it.
Here's the part that's clearly unambiguous. I'm saying he just cut right to the chase. I'll repeat myself verbatim. Jeff Sessions, before you interrupted me, you kind of got me iron. It took me a minute to spit it out. But now that I am spitting it out, here's how it goes.
Yummy.
Jeff Sessions said about Congress, in the instance of Congress, is something there? Yeah, okay. Hang on one second. Jeff Sessions said, with his regard to his position, look, his position is he doesn't like marijuana. He's been very clear about that. I think his statements in the past are clear on the record. And he knows this. He's not a stupid man. He is Southern, but he's not stupid. And so what he said was, look, my position is that it's my job to enforce the law. I don't get to pick which laws I get to enforce. I would argue with him about that. But he's saying it's my job to enforce the law. And right now, the federal law is it's illegal everywhere. But as far as the issue goes, if this is something that we don't want the federal government enforcing the law on anymore, then Congress needs to go back and change the rules about it so that I don't have to enforce that law. There's no law about it anymore. There's nothing to enforce. That's his point. It was clear and unambiguous. It wasn't stupid. It wasn't anything that didn't make sense. I thought it was clear as a bell.
It's not illegal everywhere. We are everywhere. All our states are saying it's not illegal now. It's just the federal government that's hanging on to those last little precious words, trying to convince us that it is, and it's not. And the money is going to keep coming to the states, and they're going to depend on that, and they're not going to want to give back that money, and they're going to fight the federal government, whoever those people are, because we are still the same people. I'm still Wendy that lives in Michigan, who's a federal and Michigan citizen. I'm not going to give up my right and play Russian roulette. I'm going to keep my rights and keep doing what I have to do. And so I think it's a good positive movement. Whatever Sessions is doing or saying, at least he's being clear with it, and he's upfront. He's unambiguous.
Well, at the minimum, I guess is what I get out of it. That was my only point. I mean, why do we have to rustle through all that here to get to the, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, but I don't think what he's saying is right.
That wasn't what I asked. I didn't ask.
Never asked this on different levels.
Never asked that.
Well, I didn't hear a question either.
Oh, well, here's another question. Hella, you're on the Full Melt Show. Hello, caller.
Hello.
How are you?
Not too bad. What'd it be like?
What'd it be like? I don't know. Who's calling?
My name is Pauline.
Hi, Pauline.
I'm calling from Grayling.
Pauline from Grayling is calling in. What do you got to say tonight about what we're talking about here? Are you hearing are you here listening to our argument about Jeff Sessions?
Oh, him?
Yeah, she wasn't listening to the argument about Jeff Sessions.
Good one. Thank you, Pauline. Thank you.
We would definitely go number 2 or 3 or 4. You know, my point is that you cannot get cirrhosis of the liver from marijuana, and you can from alcohol.
Well, you're right about that.
Think about it.
Oh,
and pills fuck up your liver too.
Well, and you know what? I've been noticing more and more of, there are so many, hang on for both of you guys, because the music is probably going to make it so you can't hear me very much anyways. Hold on, you guys. Get ready to go to break. But I've been noticing more and more in the news the way the people who are still against all of this, that are, dragging their feet, kicking and screaming into this century, into this new world of pro-marijuana as business in America, they're doing it through some weird way in the news. We'll talk about that next.
You're getting the full melt.
Your pets aren't just animals, they're members of your family. That's why we are excitedly wagging our tail about our hemp-based product that caters specifically to your best friend. Hemp oil drops are great for aging as well as active dogs and cats, and really all kinds of pets. Hemp well drops are made from virgin, cold-pressed organic hemp oil. Our extraction process ensures the highest quality oil for your pet, with superior taste, smell, and nutrition. We hold ourselves to the highest standards, never using heat, chemicals, or preservatives in making our hemp oil products for pets. Pick up a bottle of Hempwell drops today at select retailers or online at hempwell.com. Hempwell, hemp health for pets.
Attention. Get ready to write down a very important number.
Michael does not know how to fail. Second place is loser.
If you have a medical marijuana case and need legal representation, call the best, Attorney Michael Comorn.
He's very passionate in the courtroom.
Getting the best outcome requires quick legal action, and it needs to start with one call, toll-free to Attorney Michael Comorn. 800-656-3557. Write it down, 800-656-3557.
Michael Comorn gave us our life back.
Attorney Michael Comorn. Vigorous criminal defense.
Play-Doh Compound can help kids practice communication skills. Start by presenting the visual of the letter or word. Then ask them to mold the Play-Doh compound into the shape of the letters. It's an effective way to foster speech and even writing.
Ram trucks are reaching new heights when it comes to capability and efficiency. The Ram Heavy Duty is the most capable full-size pickup on the road today. And the Ram 1500 is the most fuel-efficient full-size pickup ever. So what does that mean? It means Ram trucks are built for the long haul. Ram, America's longest-lasting pickups.
If you missed the last Full Melt show,
you missed a lot.
Yes, sir. We are just here to get you qualified, okay, for the lower interest rates.
This is a Visa card.
Okay. It's a Visa card, starts with 4, right?
So why do you need the numbers off the card?
I was going to let you know, like, what is your new interest rate going to be and what you qualified for, okay?
Well, wouldn't it be a security risk if I was to give my card number over the phone?
Like, sure, we are the ones who send you the billing statement every month.
Aren't you really just a liar? Aren't you just lying about this? Aren't you just trying to steal my credit card number? Oh, you are? You little piece of shit? You're a little fucking liar, aren't you? You're a little foreign piece of shit, aren't you? You're a little foreign fucking puke, aren't you?
That's what you are. You fucking piece of shit.
Oh no! You get to suck my fucking. You get to suck my fucking American dick, you foreign piece of fucking shit. There you go. That's how you do that. That is.
RootMetrics, in the nation's largest independent study, tested wireless performance across the country. Verizon won big with 153 state wins. AT&T got 38, Sprint got 2, and T-Mobile got 0. Verizon also won first in the U.S. for data, call, speed, and reliability. AT&T got text. Stuck on an average network? Join Verizon, and we'll cover your cost to switch.
It's the Full Melt Radio show.
Where I've been noticing lately, as you read through the news, that some of these people who consider themselves prohibitionists have been managing to wiggle negative stories in. And I'm not just talking about a few of them, and some of them seem to have Donald Trump strange claim headlines. I'm not kidding about this. I'll give you a couple of examples here in a minute when the music slows down. Welcome back to the show, guys. Have you noticed this? Some negative news about pot coming from the prohibitionist crowd, kind of infiltrating the news as almost like fake news stories?
I think it's always been there, so I don't notice it more than ever. It's just always been there.
Have you noticed this?
Yeah, and, the late Renee Wolf used to had already told Terry, my sister, about the snakes in the grass.
You're talking about Big Pharma?
Yeah.
The snakes?
And others.
Others?
And others.
There are some others. I mean, there's
trying to undermine everything.
Well, right. There are a lot of them. I mean, you've got amongst them the tobacco and alcohol industries. Tobacco, rather than trying to shine a different message, they're just trying to infiltrate the vapor market.
Yeah, I know.
But alcohol has been feeling the numbing effects of this in their industry. As cannabis comes on, alcohol is declining. And they knew this would happen, which is why they've pumped a bunch of money into keeping it illegal all these years. Look, it's kind of like one drug cartel pushing down another one, just using the strings of Congress to get it done. Anybody agree with me on that?
It's so stupid.
Well, it's not stupid because it all comes down to money. If you follow the trail back, it all is about the money. And who's in control? Who's in control of that money?
Yeah, the need for greed.
It's completely what it is. And so you're right. The snakes in the grass are a big industry trying to keep this the parts of the pie that they've milled out during this prohibitionary period for themselves. They don't want to see those revenue streams decline.
It's all for one and one for them.
Correct. But I'm saying that's part of the old message. To me, I've been talking about this in various and sundry forms for 7 years now, almost going on 8 years. I want to retire that hat, and I just now want to celebrate what is coming in this country, because I don't think, as one of the news stories described it, it's like all the toothpaste has been squeezed out of the tube, and it's not even the genie kind of stuffing it back in the bottle. How are you getting the toothpaste back in the tube? And it's cleaning a lot of teeth right now. I think there will be a lot of people are pissed off. We'd be pissed off if you try to take that toothpaste away. So, I think it's too far ingrained now. I think that now when you start to see these Bible Belt states come on board, like you see, what is it? One of the Carolinas is doing it now. You've got Alabama. You've got Tennessee looking at this. You've got now decrim going on in a major way as one of two main bills they're trying to do on marijuana in Texas. As you start to see this, the harder part of the crowd, kind of the hawkish end of the crowd, the far right, finally give way. I think it's time to stop pushing the prohibitionist message away, because they're only going to drown themselves out now and look silly in the process, because we've already convinced the masses of the truth. Once the truth gets out there, it's kind of like you can't take it away. Once everybody knows the truth and you show the genie behind the bottle, now I say let's just celebrate what we've been fighting for, because that's all there's left to do.
I agree with you.
What do you think, Wendy? Should it be celebration time? Should we pop?
I think things be celebrated, and I think that positivity is going to just build, and maybe we can drown out the negativity by when people start getting their kids' lives back because they're no longer having seizures, and grandma's on 6 different pills, and you can get off their ADD pills. I mean, look at all those people in Florida that are going to get off pharma. Oh my God. But people are going to be relieved that they don't have to do that and wear out their liver or affect other parts with all the side effects. So it's just positive here and out, and the little negativity that comes out, we'll put a light on it and shine a light on it, but we don't have to focus on it exclusively.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I think we can just have fun with this. I think it's time to pop the cork on that champagne. I think it's time to relax and just enjoy the fireworks at this point, because we're the ones that lit the match on them fireworks, and it just took a long time to kindle that fire, wasn't it? It took a long time.
Oh yeah.
Now
a very long time.
And just remember, we are they. So when we talk about like the feds and the states, you know what I'm saying? We're just all the same people. You might be a federal worker at the post office, but you live next door to me. So it's an illusion when we try to let the government convince us that they have power over us. They don't. We are the same people.
Well,
it's
true,
but
we're
giving into that illusion.
That's
the hippie side of it.
Look,
you know what I'm saying?
I completely agree with you that you can't abandon hope on the political system, as corrupt as it may be. It is the only lever you've got to pull. I mean, that's it. Aside from getting out a clipboard and going up, getting some signatures, and hooking yourself up as a politician yourself. Go in and change the system from the inside. That's what some of these people are claiming they're doing. That's what Trump's saying he's doing. He's saying, look, I did the necessary things to run for president. People elected me because they want us to change things up. They want us to drain the swamp. I mean, I think it's all fabrication. I think it's all Hollywood glitz and glitter. I think it's all bullshit.
Besides marijuana being crappy, what other things can Jeff Sessions do alone that he's so great at doing that he has to be the AG?
I don't even want to explore the conversation because I think it's boring. I think at this point.
I'm just saying. I'm following up on it. It's like, why would he? How can Trump say he's doing the best he can? Okay, so prove it. Well, I'd like to be proven wrong. What are his qualifications? I'd love to see him do the right things. I don't care if he's Republican, Democrat, or whatever. He's still a person running the government.
Well, he is, but he's doing it, I think, in a crafty way. He's figured out look, when you're doing these reality shows, the thing that you live on a nightly basis are those returns. When your show airs, the first thing you're doing is looking at the instant returns about who is watching and where your ratings are, because you depend on it for future production. They can kill you in a heartbeat mid-season because your ratings dropped enough to justify it. So he lived on that heartbeat, and he was able to learn over time how to bend and change to what the whim of people were to watch that number. It's kind of have you ever used feedback techniques? I know you're into meditation, so it's the same idea as using a kind of a feedback technique to get yourself into a deeper meditation. So it's the same idea. He's getting this feedback and he's adjusting constantly to this pulse. And over time, you develop this as a skill. And I'm saying he's developed that skill and now has applied it to politics. Because it seems apparent to me, just based on the crazy claims that he'll make and the flip-flops he'll do and the denial and the hand-hold, talk to the hand kind of thing. Well, we'll talk about that later. It's like this Obamacare thing. Trump, in his heart of hearts, is saying, hey, repeal and replace. I think it should all be done at once. I think he's right. I think he's in la-la land. I don't think it gets done that way. I think he doesn't know how the sausage gets made in the kitchen. He's just ordering it and wants it now. Doesn't realize that the thing he ordered takes 7 days to make. I mean, that's what I think Trump is doing. So, I mean, I think when you talk about repeal and replace and all this other stuff, eventually it's going to get somewhere. But at what level? It's not going to be the level that he wants because he doesn't understand the way the gears of politics work. He's never had to play in that space. He's going to get a good dose of reality, and then he's going to get frustrated, and then his ratings are going to go down, and I say you've got a one-term president on your hand. There's going to be a lot of people pissed off at Trump for not delivering on promises, for not having any real answers, for just looking tough and playing the part. Reagan got away with it. I just don't know if Trump's equipped. At least Reagan was a governor before. And we've walked right down to the political lane. So I just think when it comes to marijuana, I don't think that there's any big kaboom in the package during the Trump administration if it's 4 years or 8. I think it's closer to 4. I think he's already setting up for a 4. Adam, you're right. Adam's commenting on Facebook. He says, look, he's figured out how to play Americans and the American system, and for that, I give him credit. And I'm okay with chaos. Well, I guess that's one way of putting it, Adam. That's a good way to sum it up. It is going to be a chaotic coming 4 years because neither party knows what to expect out of this guy. You've got half the Republican Party in tune with what he's got to say, and the other half is like, how are we building a wall, and when are we getting the Mexicans to pay for it? Because that's what we sold America. Now, something different is going to happen. I'm saying that no wall is going to get built because there's no money for it. Right now, he wants Americans to pay for it. He's going to Congress saying, you better figure out how to just lose some cash in the budget. We're going to cancel some contracts or find a way to make the Pentagon's budget shrink so we can kick off some cash to go build that wall. Because at the end of the day, he plans on squeezing it back out of Mexico somehow. Oh, yeah, well, we're going to charge you a tariff for every Mexican that makes it over the border. I don't know what he's going to do. I have no idea. Look, he's going to hold the Mexicans ransom until they pay the tariff. Hey, we captured your Mexican. If you want him back, it's going to be, $6,500. What's he going to do? I think it's a crazy notion. I think he's painted a picture he cannot deliver in any way, shape, or form. And as soon as people figure out that he's a man of ideology and no substance. It's all just glitz and glitter, smoke and mirrors. They're going to sweep him out faster than they swept him in. That's what I think is going to happen. Nothing. I got silence.
I agree with you, Steve.
Well, so how do we celebrate marijuana? I say on this show, it's time to get fun. That's what I say. I say it's time to start. I say it's time to. I was having fun with the politics of it before, but now it offers no sex to me. I think that dish has already been sold. I think it's time to move on to another dish, and I think the dish is a dessert. That's what happens after the main course. I think the main course has been eaten, or it's busy being chewed on, or the leftovers are on the table. I think it's done. I'm going for dessert now. So the dessert for me, I say we talk about growing. I say we have segments about growing. What else do we? I wrote some ideas down. I mean, they're just simple ideas. They're really simple ideas. I wrote them on a pack of papers. We've been talking about news, but I think the news we can just talk about the fun stuff. I think we can talk about products. I think we can talk about business. I think we can talk about growing, and I think we can do things like the gaming that we're going to do Friday, starting this Friday. And as long as we can keep games going, I'll do them. I'll be willing to do them every Friday. I think they're just fun. I think it's a fun way to celebrate cannabis.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with you, Steve.
Kumbaya. We're all singing going down to the shoreline. Holding hands with the hippie smoke following behind. Well, I think it's a good thing. I think it'll be a lot easier to do this show now that we're not looking forward to constantly having to bail our friends. You know, instead of being about court support and talking about how to keep yourself from being hauled off by the man, it'll be more about how to efficiently grow and what's the best gear out now. And hey, we got this cool new game. You can win yourself a dab rig if you just want to be a contestant and you can play. And we're going to do that this Friday. So hang on, you guys. We're going to go to break. I want to tell people, remind them again, before we run out of time here today, about how you can get involved and kind of the details about who's going to be down at Flint's Vehicle City this Friday.
You're getting the full melt.
If you missed the last Full Melt show,
you missed a lot.
In Sanilac County, the police took plants that just got cut down, took the big stalks, went and laid them out, dried them out, and then trimmed up the marijuana and put it into jars and used that against somebody in the court of law. So it's we're paying police officers to trim marijuana now.
For their pretend caregivers. They got on their little maid's outfits and they got their little gloves on and their little scissors and they're all happy playing with the weed.
The Full Melt Show is live 7 to 8 Eastern on thefullmelt.com. Full Melt.
Promotional consideration provided by NoSmell.com, pioneering the storage market for cannabis users. The NoSmell patented bag technology offers users 100% smell-proof detection from even the most sophisticated of noses. NoSmell.com, so nobody knows. When placing your order for a NoSmell bag, make sure to use discount code FULLMELT and take 10% off the entire order. Learn more about NoSmell technology at NoSmell.com.
Don't stop chasing, wander while the day brings up. Here comes the sunrise and we'll see the sunset. Coasting by the ocean with some music, turn it up. We got the whole night, 360 days of this. All arms open wide, for memories will make it right. That always make you smile.
Happiness is calling at sandiego.org.
When you need legal help, you don't want to guess at who's standing next to you in court. And when it comes to a medical marijuana defense, it's even smarter to partner with a lawyer before you need one. Based in Royal Oak, David Rudoy has a proven history of not being afraid to take your case all the way to the Supreme Court and win. Find the law offices of Rudoy Law
at RudoyLaw.com.
RudoyLaw.com is a quick reference on your rights concerning Michigan medical marijuana
and up-to-date news.
That's RUDOI Law.com. Call 248-935-9074 now and talk about your legal needs, because at RudoyLaw.com, we don't just stand up for you, we stand up with you.
My moderate to severe chronic plaque psoriasis made a simple trip to the grocery store anything but simple. So I had an important conversation with my dermatologist about Humira. He explained that Humira works inside my body to target and help block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to my symptoms. In clinical trials, most adults taking Humira were clear or almost clear, and many saw 75% and even 90% clearance in just 4 months.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Ask about Humira, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists. Clear skin is possible.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show.
You can hear the show Monday through Friday from 7 until 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join us on iTunes, like us on Facebook. We also have a Twitter account. Do an Instagram, and also you can find us occasionally on YouTube and on Spreaker. Good Lord, we're syndicated across America, folks. Wanted to remind people about our event, and welcome back to the show, both of our callers. This business with Vehicle City is tomorrow. And we're going to be doing our regular show from 7 until 8, but you can join them out there earlier. They are open all day long from 9 until 9. The address is 3166 Comer Road in Flint. And if you want to call down there and get some details, they are still open. 810-422-9148. 810-422-9148. We've got some cash and prizes for people who want to play our version of Marijuana Match Game. I just wonder if everybody's familiar with the game, Wendy. Have we familiarized everybody with the game? Do you think people are going to come knowing how the game's played?
I think that because there's a new match game that just came out, so some people got familiarized that way if they never heard of it before because they were too young. I think, because of the demographics that are there, everyone's going to know. They're going to know. So we put the YouTube links up in case people want to see how the show's actually played.
So, Wendy,
to familiarize themselves.
Wendy's been in charge of Prize Patrol all day. Do you have any good news on prize action?
I do, but I'm not going to reveal them at this time. We haven't even told people who the judges are, or who the celebrity contestants are.
Yeah, they're not judges. They're
what I got.
Celebrity contestants. Well, go ahead and tell about the celebrity contestants.
Okay. Well, one of our celebrity contestants is going to be Jamie Lowell.
Jamie Lowell. Well, come on down.
Woo!
You're the. Oh, that's dun dun
Yeah,
dun dun. Oh, that's the wrong show. No. No, I think so. Jamie, this kind of format to me screams Jamie Lowell. I think Jamie will be a star down there.
And he's a star too because he was the first dispensary east of the Mississippi.
Right.
At his dispensary down in Ann Arbor, which is called, I don't remember, but you probably do, and I've been there. I'm sorry.
Plus, and as long as you catch him in a good mood, which is 99% of the time, Jamie's hilarious.
Yeah.
Jamie's just freaking hilarious. Also, Rick Thompson. Welcome to the show, Rick Thompson.
Woo!
He's not here yet.
Rick Thompson, come on down.
Now, let me just tell you about Rick Thompson. You get Jamie and Rick in the same room, and all of a sudden, everything went right into the toilet, and lots of gay jokes. There'll be 1,000 gay jokes before the night's out because I'm there with Rick and Jamie. So that's how we start things out.
They're of course, they're bisexual, right?
Right.
No. Come on, guys. I'm just joking. That's an inside joke.
It might be
joke.
It might be an in and out joke. In and out. Never mind.
It could be in or out service. It depends what you order.
So now then who else we got? Gersh Avery. Gersh Avery, peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
The infamous peanut butter. Who else is coming? We've got
Brad Lemke.
Brad Lemke's on the panel. Who else?
Stephanie Cannabis.
Stephanie.
Stacy the Cannabis.
Stacy Theus. Stacy Theus, the driver of the infamous Worldwide Cannabis.
Woohoo! Yep.
And then
who's going to be there?
That's 5, right?
Yep, and also we've got the Weed Man, Reefer Man.
Andrew Sumner. Come on down.
Woo!
You're the next celebrity guest star on our star-studded panel of Marijuana Match Game.
Boo, 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 boo.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and if we mispronounced or left people out, look, this wasn't prepared. This was spur of the moment. Because we have backups, too. The weather could turn.
So if people...
like Jamie's coming all the way from Ann Arbor, he might say, hey, I can't make it. So we do have backups.
No, I think everybody's going to be there. I'm not worried about... you're diving too deep into that hole.
I'm just saying I might have left
out
someone, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I left out someone.
We're just giving some cake on the frosting, some frosting on the cake here. Cake on the frosting. I got the cart in front of the horse now. So, and then what else? So we got
but
cash.
All the shit's in the back, okay?
Cash and prizes, and we're picking audience contestants. So your idea here, if you want to understand if you don't know how the game is played, we'll give you a rundown real quick. There are celebrity guests, which we just mentioned, and then there are contestants. So there are celebrity contestants, and then the contestants. Now, the celebrity contestants don't win prizes; they'll just get a swag bag or something. But the people who could win,
which I already have, and it's awesome.
So the people we're going to with, which is awesome. Thank you for doing that. And then we got the people who are down there. We're going to select if you want to enter to be a contestant on the show while we're broadcasting this game show, because that's what it is. It's just this game. The whole hour, it's just the game. You go down.
It's just a game.
You got to fill out a form at the location, and we're picking the people to be in the contest from the crowd. So that's how we're doing.
You have to be there.
It doesn't cost you anything extra to get in. It's, if you're a Vehicle City Social Club member, you're just welcome to come in. And if you're not, you're welcome to. You can become a member for as little as $5 for the day.
Yep.
But if you want, you could get the $20 membership, and that gets you for the whole year. So why not just spend the extra $15 and then you're...
What a bargain. You're going to want to come back.
Look, I'm telling you.
You're going to want to come back, and we're going to be there again, probably.
Once you fall into those cushy seats, those recliner seats,
Ooh.
And you disappear, you're just like, hey, we were going to do a dab with Fred. Where did Fred go? Check the recliner seats. Everybody check the recliner seats. So it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of great people down there, and we're going to have some fun with the show and give away cash and prizes, and there'll be dabs and other fun.
Yeah,
I don't know what else.
Come early and get the good spots because there's like 10 recliners, and I'm telling you, I'm going to put reserved on 2 of them for for just special guests.
It's going to be like the bottle section.
You need to get there early.
Going to be the bottle section. We're going to have to put little ropes around it and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's the velvet
balloons
that's
hanging
off. Different level. VIP baby, you know me.
VIP with reserved, maybe we'll just have the service dogs guard those spots all day. They just sit in those spots, keeping them warm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to all of that fun. I know you probably can't come down, can you? Can you make it down here or no?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm sorry.
Listen to the show live. It'll be fun.
I think you're going to have a blast.
We will.
I've been working on the questions for the game show, and I think they're polished now. You notice one of the things in doing the research for this crazy game show, or our version of it, anyways, is you got to notice the questions. The hint for the answer is in the question. So it's like my construction worker friend blah 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 did this, and so the construction worker friend is a clue that hints to the answer. Think about that. It's a good way to win that show. I'm just saying. I've noticed that in a lot of the questions. But anyway.
There's some really funny questions. I don't know, maybe I just have the right strain. Maybe we should advise people, bring the right strain for laughing, because you're going to be laughing.
Bring something on the heady end.
It's funny to me. The questions are funny, so I must be properly medicated. If you're not laughing, you're not properly medicated. That's all I got to say.
The questions are funny, but what makes them funny is the blank, because it's an anticipation of what people might put in the blank.
Right, because I know what's going to happen. I know what these screwballs are going to say. It's going to be hilarious.
Well, and you know what? I think we've really picked the right panel, because if you look at the old original 70s panel, the typical people that would be on in the guest star spot, they were all just goofy fuckers. And a lot of them were, had martinis and stuff underneath the table there. And I was just watching the current version of Match Game, and one of the guys is right there just openly drinking it. I mean, unless it was a virgin daiquiri or something. It looked like a strawberry daiquiri was sucking on there. So I don't know. It's all about the fun. That's what we're going to do.
I remembered our other celebrity contestant, Eric Gunnels.
Eric Gunnels! Come on down.
Yep.
Thetford Township trustee. So we look forward to having everybody out there. I got to say goodbye to everybody on the phone, so let me do that. And let me say thank you for watching on Facebook and on all the other places we're watching. We'll be seeing you tomorrow out on Comer Street in Flint, Michigan at Vehicle City for Marijuana Match Game.
The Full Melt Show is a production of TFM Media.